He was truly one of a kind. Chip Reid looks back on the remarkable life and times of Senator John McCain.
I've been an imperfect servant of my country for many years, but I've been her servant first, last, and always.
He was called a maverick.
If you want the status quo in Washington, do not support John McCain.
He was an American hero.
What the Vietnam experience did for me was crystallize the importance of doing what's right.
How are you?
And as a military man and statesman, by most any standard, Arizona Senator John McCain was a man of courage and ideals.
I know who I am and what I want to do.
John McCain, the six-term senator from Arizona, 2000.
But last summer, McCain began another fight.
War hero is fighting the biggest battle of his life.
A personal struggle he took public when he voted against the Republican health care bill.
I will not vote for this bill as it is today.
It was the latest example of John McCain voting his conscience, even if it meant bucking his own party.
I was raised in the concept and belief that duty, honor, country is the lodestar for the behavior that we have to exhibit every single day.
Born in 1936, John Sidney McCain III was the son and grandson of four-star Navy admirals, and the maverick in him came out early.
I was very rebellious. I was a person who didn't conform to the rules and regulations of either high school or the Naval Academy.
Nevertheless, he volunteered for combat duty during the Vietnam War. In October 1967, as a Navy pilot flying his 23rd bombing mission over North Vietnam, his plane was shot down.
And was hit by either missile or any aircraft fire. I'm not sure which. And the plane continued straight down. And I ejected and broke my leg and both arms.
Severely injured, McCain was captured and held at the so-called Hanoi Hilton, the infamous prison known for its brutality. After about a year, he was offered early release because of his family connections, but McCain refused to leave his fellow POWs behind. McCain languished in captivity for a total of 5.5 years. He withstood frequent beatings and torture, leaving his arms with permanent damage.
In many ways, it was the most uplifting experience of my life because I was privileged to serve in the company of heroes.
In 1982, after he retired from the military, he took his fighting spirit to Washington as a United States congressman. He went on to be elected 6 times to the Senate, where he stood out for his straight talk, especially on subjects like campaign finance.
If the special interests continue to play a greater and greater role in the formulation of legislation, then we will see a breakdown of democracy as we know it. And I'm not exaggerating.
But in the late 1980s, McCain himself, along with 4 other senators, was accused of exerting improper influence on regulators who were investigating allegations of savings and loan fraud against financier Charles Keating. McCain was never disciplined.
It is because I owe America more than she has ever owed me that I am a candidate for President of the United States.
He ran for president twice, first in 2000 and then in 2008 when he won the Republican nomination to run against Democratic Senator Barack Obama. During that historic campaign, which at times was racially charged, McCain's sense of right and wrong was on display.
He's an Arab. He is not. No?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with.
Governor Sarah Palin of the great state of Alaska.
Though he led the ticket, McCain's campaign may be best remembered for his controversial choice of running mate, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin.
The fact is that she has done an incredible job, and I'm so proud of the work that she's doing.
Thank you.
McCain was defeated, with Obama winning twice as many Electoral College votes.
I had the honor of calling Senator Barack Obama to congratulate him, please, to congratulate him on being elected the next president of the country that we both love.
He returned to the Senate, where he led the Armed Services Committee, but in 2015, he would find himself in the crosshairs of then-Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump.
He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero. 5.5 years. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
A year later, McCain withdrew his endorsement of Trump after audio emerged of the candidate bragging about groping women. The strain between the two Republicans continued after President Trump took office, when Senator McCain was blunt with his criticism.
The only thing I can say is I think we've seen this movie before. I think it's reaching the point where it's of Watergate size and scale and a couple of other scandals that you and I have seen. It's a centipede that the shoe continues to drop.
Last summer, when the senator's health issues became public, the outpouring of respect and admiration overflowed the aisles.
Oh, I got very choked up, and then of course, you know, all of them coming over and giving me a hug. It was deeply moving. I had never seen anything like that.
To the end, John McCain faced cancer as he had any adversity, with strength, integrity, and gratitude.
I have feelings sometimes of fear of what happens, but as soon as I get that, I say, wait a minute. You've been around a long time, old man. You've had a great life. You've had a great experience. I want when I leave, that the ceremony is at the Naval Academy, and we just have a couple of people that stand up and say, this guy, he served his country.